Hi guys, hello everybody. My name is Yulia. We will wait a few more minutes until everybody gather and Sam, CEO of roomvu, will join.
Hello, can you guys hear me okay? All right. Awesome. All right. Hey guys, excited to be joining you from Vancouver today. So many people in, that's awesome. Right, so let's give me 1 second. Let's make sure we got everyone on board and then we can get started shortly. All right, I think you're good to go. Hey. All right, so I think we're ready to go now. 49 people. Shall we wait for the magic number of 50 or shall we keep going with the 49? Let's wait one more minute before I get started. So, hey everyone, my name is Sam Merbert. I'm the CEO here at roomvu. A little bit about roomvu. roomvu was founded by me and another couple of partners. I was a top producing agent here in Vancouver. My biggest pain was content. I was like, everyone told me, hey, Sam, you got to get on social media. Hey, you got to do this on social media. Hey, you got to do your marketing. And my biggest pain was like, how? How do I come up with content? How do I make sure there is enough content and there is consistency in my content production? And I think this is why essentially we created roomvu, and this is why we're growing so fast. Because what we do is something that no one wants to do, and that is coming up with daily content for your social media. So everyone knows how important it is. Everyone knows, everyone has a friend or two that are just bought with that realtor on social media, but every one of us is wondering, how do I make sure I'm actually getting there without investing like my whole day, my whole night, just doing social media? And this is really it. It's just what we do is essentially finding a way so that you can go to do the things that you like the most, that is hanging out with clients, closing deals, and we take over that social media part for you. So thanks to Kristen and the team at CIR. They've done an amazing job of just making sure every one of you guys is onboarded to our platform. You guys will get a ton of free value from the platform, and you would get a ton of social media automation with us. And then you can always upgrade and see different tiers and different things with the product. And I will walk you through it shortly. But really, the key thing that we are here to talk about is social media. How do we stay consistent on it? How do we make sure we are really adding value on social media when we're talking to our clients, when we're talking to people, and kind of go from there. So let's get started. I would just go over the importance of social media, some stuff that we found out in the past couple of years doing this, and then I will show you, I'll walk you through the platform, don't worry, and we will cover a lot of things together. But if you have questions, just please just write them down. I'll be here to answer them, and we can kind of go from there. So let me start sharing, and we can kind of go from there. Okay, 59 people, this is awesome. All right, so last year, we did 1 million posts on social media, and we learned a few things while doing this. And we spent a lot of money for realtors on ads. We spent a lot of time figuring out how the lead system works, how the whole system is organized. And really what we wanted to do was take a deeper look at how we are doing things. So just to summarize, the biggest pain in the digital adoption, or like as we move towards this digital world, is content. Basically content that creates conversations, not just listings, not just sold and just listed, because those really don't start conversations. Something that actually adds value to a buyer and seller when they look at content. Something that positions you as the market leader when they look at that, and they're like, I'm actually getting value from Sam. I'm actually seeing something that is posting, and it's talking about something. And the whole thing with roomvu is that we look for local newsletter articles, local real estate board data, and we turn it into beautiful insights. Then we make videos, images, and things like that from it, and then we post it and make sure it's personalized to you, and with as much personalization as possible. So it would have your headshot on it. It would have everything that would show that, and it feels like an entire team of marketers did this for you. So next, you can kind of see we use the same content in form of ads. We use the same content on your social media. We post it on all your social media channels, LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on. And you also get basically database nurturing with it. So you can basically have your email marketing running for you with the same content. So again, it's content using different tools to distribute that content. It's very simple. And the whole idea is that. So let's look at why social media first. Okay, so these are some stats and some details as to why we need to get on social media. I'm sure if you're sitting in this call, you know why you should get on social media. But these are some of the NAR data and other platforms data that we found. And these are really interesting. So essentially the favorite tech tool for lead generation for the Gen Z is essentially social media. Then it comes down to other tools. So, and then talking about popularity of platforms. So Facebook is still and this is us asking our agents. Facebook still remains really popular with agents, then Instagram, then LinkedIn, then Twitter, and then TikTok. I will tell you something about Facebook, and I will cover this more, but essentially Facebook is getting towards and going towards that pay to play model. What does that mean? That means unless you're paying Facebook, your posts will not be shown to them. And this is a key thing. This is the key thing that a lot of realtors miss. So I have 1,000 followers on my on my business page on Facebook, but my content is only shown to 10 people. And that's just the way things are with Facebook these days. Unless you're willing to run ads, your content will not be shown much on Facebook. And that's just the way it is. So moving on, how do we measure success? Like what is success in social media? So we ask this a lot from agents. And I think the biggest thing we're finding is it's engagement. It's a lot of DMs. So the social media lead that comes to you today, it's not going to be in form of a lead or an email or anything else. It's most likely going to be a direct message on your phone. It's most likely going to be a call that they get from you. So you have to make sure everything on your social media is updated. You have to make sure you're having that phone number in there. You have to make sure essentially, oh, yes, I can see a lot of people in the waiting room. Sorry, I just admitted all to the room. Okay, all right. I think now we have even more people joining. Okay, so all right, so that's the key thing in there. So now let's get into what are the most engaging real estate post types. This is a really important one, guys. We asked realtors and we also looked at our own data to see what is the most engaging real estate post type. And it's interesting that we as realtors spend a lot of money on that listing video. But when you look at numbers, that listing video is actually getting not a lot of clicks, not a lot of engagement, and not a lot of reach. In return, things like home search would get a lot of clicks. So a lot of people would want to click on them and basically engage with them. But at the same time, there is not going to be much engagement with them. So you post that home search up, you say, search homes in Calgary, that's great. But here's the problem. It would not give you much engagement. So things that you can post are like list of homes. That's working a lot better because you can basically say now, okay, come get this list of homes for sale. It's curated content, so it's better. This is recommended videos. This is like home values. Things like that work better compared to listing videos. The next question, and this is getting a little detail, is what type of content works on what platform? So essentially, Instagram, if you're posting, you have to post videos and reels. If you're posting on Twitter, you can post images. If you're posting on LinkedIn, you can again post the videos and images, a mix of them. And then video post performance, right? So this is another thing. Again, listing videos are not as much engaging compared to market reports, like very actually telling what's happening in the market, or neighborhood bios and things that about that neighborhood and things about that the neighborhood that you can share with your audience. So again, listing videos are great, great insight and great validation that you do business, but really what you have to post is things that would give value to your audience, things that would educate your audience. And this is what really the whole social media game is about. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the length of videos. So if it was left to us as realtors, we would have these 5-minute videos about ourselves and how great we are, and we would get off luxury cars and we show off and say how great we are in business and we are a luxury agent. I've seen that word. I don't know what it means still, but really, the length of the video, the type of that video that you're sharing should be really, really optimized. It should be no more than like 90 seconds or even 70 seconds. You don't want to post super long content. So think of social media videos or social media content as this. You're looking at the weather report. Do you really need to know it's 22% hotter today compared to the day before? Most likely no. You're just like, okay, well, it's hot today. I need a jacket, or I don't need a jacket. I just need an umbrella, whatever. It's all about just making sure that you are sending something out and it's consistent. It's not about that 5-minute video. So stop emphasizing on one type of content that is super long. Focus on posting consistently. So with that, then we get to the golden number of postings. And this is really important, guys. I see people coming to me and they're like, hey, Sam, I want 10 videos today. I'm like, why? And they're like, well, I need to post all 10 today because it's so important. And the reality is your audience does not want to see 10 videos from you today and not hear from you for another month or so. You need to post consistently. So the golden number of posts per week is 5 to 10. But really, when you start going over that 6 to 8 limit, it starts decreasing in terms of impressions, engagement, clicks, and things that you want on your social media. So if you're doing stories on Instagram, that's fine. You can keep doing them, but just be careful, be mindful. You don't want to be posting them too much. And you don't want to post more than one post a day. So the next thing is optimal time to post. Okay, and this is another interesting thing. So when is a good time to post content? What we found is you don't want to post on Saturdays, or at least Saturday night, because, well, people are probably out and about and they're not engaging as much with the content. But also Monday and Sunday are really great days to post. So Friday and Saturday, you're not really getting that much engagement out of it. But Sunday and Monday and even Tuesday are golden days to post, and making sure that you're posting consistently. But don't worry about any of these. Like I'm going over a lot of details here. But what we will end up doing for you is that we would manage the posting times and everything on our end, so you can make sure that all these numbers and all these metrics are taken into account. Next is the time of the day. This is another important thing. A lot of agents have asked me this. The answer is do not post at night. That's do not post early in the morning. Do not post at night. So do not post at like 8 p.m. And do not post at like 4. An hour for posting content is essentially anywhere between 8 to 12, and this is basically working a lot better if you post during those times. And then I would get into this. This is another key content, but this is about the ads flow, how the ads work, why it's important to keep them running, and so on. I will get into this shortly. Okay, but what is it that roomvu will give you? I think that's what you guys are all here for, and that's what we are going to cover. So I'm going to essentially bring one of your realtors here and bring a couple of contents that we've posted in the past for him. So he is on our basic plan. I think he's paying like $20 a month or something. And what we do is we essentially post a lot of content on his behalf every day. So today we even post for Kevin this content. And this was about mortgage market feeling going up or down. And I will tell you about like how to customize these contents and so on. But the idea is that we did this story and we posted this for him. Okay. Another day, there's all these contents that we've posted on his behalf. So you can see Calgary market update here. And the whole idea is that you would see the Calgary market update, what's happening with the sales, like if it's going up, down, and there's a ton of other content that we post, right? It's all about consistency, like Happy Victoria Day and everything else in there, right? And depending on which market you are, what you're using, and so on, we post more content and more things for you. So if I show, a typical content calendar, and I'm just going to use Kevin's account just to show you what it looks like if you're posting content on your behalf, you would see how we're actually just automating everything for you. So here, if you go under your content calendar, and before I do this, there would be an email that will be sent to you guys that would contain your username and password, and it would be your roomvu credentials. You can basically log in. All of you guys with your CIR emails, you can also just simply go to roomvu.com and get a link to your profile as well. So you can basically log in through your email as well. Even if you don't know the password, you can reset it and still log in. So don't worry about the credentials. It will be sent to you shortly. And the whole goal will be to get you guys onboarded, make sure you guys are getting the support needed to really get on the platform. And all you have to do is really just upload your profile photo, making sure you have all the information right here, like anything that you would want to have in here. And then you can do a ton of customizations with your profile. So you can say how you want your branding. You can do a ton of customizations. And don't worry, our customer support is here to help you and onboard you to the platform one by one. I know it feels a lot, but like it's not that hard. Like once you set it up, you set it and you forget it. And we will do all your social media management for you. Okay, so you can customize a lot of things here. You can customize how this looks and feels. You can change your branding, colors, ending your slides, beginning your slides. I'm not going to bore you with details here. But let's go back to the content calendar here, because this is really where the magic happens. So this is Kevin's schedule. And I will tell you this, no realtor in your office will have the same schedule of content, because we know you guys want to make sure that you're posting different things at different times. So there's a video here. You can simply click on it, see it. And this is talking about the Calgary home prices and sales in May. There's going to be a ton of content here. And you can basically pick and choose how it feels and looks and kind of go from there, right? This is another content. Here's how long you have to save up to buy a home in Calgary. Again, because he's in Calgary, he's getting Calgary content. If you're in another office, you would get other office contents. So the idea is that the more you tell us, the more we can curate and make sure we're giving you the right content. So this is another content again about money sense. You can take a look at it. You can customize this, and it would be automatically posted on your Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. And you can have more platforms if you want to. So you can basically come here and tell us which social medias you want the content to be posted. So you can have your Facebook business, you can have your Facebook personal, you can have your Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, even TikTok, all right? The idea is one thing though, guys, and that is the most important thing. The idea is to make sure you're actually posting content, all right? So no matter what you're doing, we would curate these posts, and we would make sure we are posting on your behalf every day, all right? So, I see a few questions here. We would answer them shortly. But the whole idea is that you would see all these, and we would make sure we're posting for you. And now the CIR team would also have some really, really great content that would also add to this content pool. And we would also post to your social media with that. So again, how does this work? Every 2 days before the content goes out, you will get an email from us. And it says, hey, we're sending an email out. Are you happy with it? Don't do anything. You're not happy with it? Come back, tell us what you liked and what you didn't like. We would learn from this. It's all done using AI. So it's really that made experience. So now we get to this next question, and that is, so we post about 80% of the time for you. So we do 80% of the work for you. So we post 4 times a week, 5 times a week, and we make sure you're staying consistent on social media. And as we go by, these posts will be filled in. So don't worry if there's nothing here. We would add more content here as we go by, as the days go by, because we want fresh content in here. It's not stocked content, right? It has to be fresh. It has to have been posted in the past couple of days. So it's actually accurate and useful for your buyers and sellers. So now the next question becomes this: what do you have to do on your own? And this is the most important thing about social media. All right, so every day, depending on which day it is and depending on your profile, we would post some of the tips here for you. And the goal is to click on these, see the tips, and basically take away from them and post something on your own. This is why it's so important to post on social media. It has to have your branding on it. It has to be you, what defines you. So if you're picking kids from a school, if you're hitting the gym, if you're doing whatever that is telling people this is who you are, you should do that. Stop thinking that it's just, it all can be automated. It can't be all automated. It can be automated 80%, and we are doing that. But that 20% is still you. That 20% is still you and your brand. So it could be your favorite show. It could be any of these topics, right? But it has to be you. It could be you with your clients, but you have to post that. There is no way to bypass that. And that one time a week, we can give you tips, but I guess every one of you knows that you have to post. So you can come here, you can pick from these contents, but you can also upload your own image, video, and we would make sure to share that for you on all your social medias that you've connected to roomvu. All right, so does that make sense? Okay, so now, I've covered social media and I've covered a few things in here. But what are the most important things about social media? The first thing is, if you are, so look at Kevin here. He has connected his Instagram, he's connected his Facebook, he's connected his LinkedIn, and he's connected his Twitter. Now, you might ask, why would you post to all these social medias? The answer is, you have to be present on all of these channels for a reason. Facebook business, you have to post because people could look you up and they could just find you, and there has to be something posted there. But it's not going to give you much visibility, all right? LinkedIn, this is where people with real jobs hang out. This is where people are there to kind of like upgrade their careers and message other business people. You have to be there. You have to post there. I got my first deal from LinkedIn. And this was like back in 2012, and like no one was posting on social media back then, but I posted just listed, just sold back then. Back then it was working, and I got my first deal out of LinkedIn. And then Twitter, well, it's talk of the day. Elon Musk backing in, backing out, like wanting to buy, not wanting to buy. A lot of people are on Twitter. So there's different mediums and different people, but do not assume that because you're in a certain range of age, Instagram is for millennials. It is not for millennials. There's over 1 billion people on Instagram. There's almost 1 billion people on TikTok as well. So you got to get in there. You got to post on social media on all these channels. All right. So now we've covered this, and there's a lot about social media that can be talked through about. So now we got a few questions. Does the program allow us to make our own posts to the platform that has the same branding? Yes. You can basically come here. You can say, I want to add my own image. I want to add my own video, and you can basically have that. And also, you can essentially edit videos. You can do all sorts of things. But let me tell you a secret. Every one of the realtors that we've had in the system, they all wanted to do the editing. They all wanted to do a lot of things. And I'm guilty of that too. I sometimes get on Canva. I'm like, oh, I can just edit this. It's easy. I can create my own content. The reality is we are all so busy, and we forget to come back here and do the things that we need to do. So what we end up doing is just forget. All right. So you need to make sure if you're posting something on your own, that's great, but you need to make sure you're doing it consistently. And that is the biggest thing that we miss as realtors. So let me come here and let me show you a few things. So there is a few city updates here. There's a few submarkets here, and you can basically see a lot of content about market report, a lot of content about tips and tricks. There's videos that are designed for mobile. There's videos that are designed for desktop. And the whole idea is to make sure that we're posting regularly all content to your social media. All right. So far, this is all we have about social media. And then this is another thing. Something about different platforms and different audiences. Okay. So what we would do for you, for example, on Instagram is posting a story and combining it with reels and combining it with videos. On TikTok, you want to post just reels, okay? And on LinkedIn, you want to have just essentially the reels and so on. So, but just don't worry about these things. We would cover them for you, and we would make sure we are posting consistently for you. But this is the biggest power of our platform. So in the past little while, and this is just stats this month, we've made 53 posts on behalf of Kevin. We have brought in 14,000 impressions. So 14,000 eyeballs. That's the size of, I don't know, the biggest, like one of the bigger stadiums if you wanted to go down there and cheer. And we've saved him 9 hours of creating content, posting content. This is assuming that you know what you're doing with social media. If you don't, it's going to take a lot longer. So it's all about getting impressions, getting eyeballs, and helping you get leads and getting like stay on top of, like basically staying on top of mind for your audience. And I think this is the key thing. If you're not counting likes here, we are not counting impressions. We are, but the biggest thing that we are counting is how many times did you stay on top of mind this week? How many times your sphere of influence, the people that know and trust you, remembered that you do business? And I think this is the key part that we miss a lot. And we always underestimate like the power of views. Yes, like there are some realtors like Ali, for example, that he has like 5,000 views on his videos. Yes, and that's correct. But even if you're just getting 100 people to view your videos, even if you're just getting 100 people to engage with that content, that is the size of 2 full classrooms. So if this was in real world, would you not go there and would you not talk to them? You would. And that's the biggest thing that we miss. Yes, your personal pictures will get more likes. Yes, your pictures with family would essentially drive more traffic to you, but these are not purely for your business, right? So this is just a validation that you're a human and people like you and so on, but it wouldn't be the best thing. I see this a lot. A lot of realtors just see one type of content and they're like, hey, I want to boost this. And this looks great. I want to boost this on Instagram. I want to boost this on Facebook. And this would open up the conversation for our next topic, which is essentially Facebook ads and running ads. Okay, so first things first. So you see this video, it looks great, and you're thinking, I should probably boost this. Or you posted this picture of you with family, and Facebook is suggesting that, hey, do you want to boost this post and get more views on it? The answer to your question is no, you do not want to either boost this or that picture of you with your family. And there's a reason for that. The first one is that this video is not designed to run an ads on. It's a very long video and it gives away all the information that is supposed to be in the ad. So you can run an ad and say, what would happen? What are the economists predicting for the housing price correction or whatever? You can do that, but you cannot give it away in the content. The moment you do that, they would not give you their leads. So that audience that's seeing you, they would stop interacting with your content and they would just go away, right? So you need to make sure you're withholding some type of information with that video, right? Do not give it all away. They would not give you their leads. So this is the key thing. So let me go to our ad center now. We have a ton of videos here for you. And these are designed for ads, okay? So these are designed so that you would have these ads, and they're all in different languages. You can select a ton of things in here, right? And you can make sure that this ad is like really connecting with your audience. Okay, so let's say wondering what your neighbors is selling for. All right, it has all your branding on it. It has a CIR brokerage logo, everything in here. And all you have to do is you go preview and edit. Okay. All right, you can make sure that you are essentially getting all the information right. And then this ad would run on both Facebook and Instagram for you. So you can simply come here and say, okay, I want to spend about $10 a day, $15 a day and run my ad on Facebook. So this is the money that you would pay to Facebook to run your ad for you. Now, here are a couple of things about ads, and I want to really emphasize on them because these are the classic things that I see realtors do, and these are the classic mistakes. Okay, so now we've given you the perfect creative. We've given you the system to run the ad. We help you run it to qualify buyers and sellers in that area. But a lot of realtors come to me and they're like, hey, Sam, I just spent $50 running an ad and I think I should be calling these people. No, you should not be calling these people. These are cold leads. Do not expect them to buy a house from you right away. You're building your database. You're building your pipeline. It is taking typically, and that is just the average, 6 to 12 months for a buyer or seller to convert from these ads. So what you have to do really is just getting the system in, getting the leads in, and you have to do it consistently. So you have to have at least 100 leads, 200 leads. You have to work your system. And the next classic mistake that I see realtors do is they don't follow up. They get these leads and they're like, I just let it be. I was too busy. I couldn't really do the follow-ups. So this is basically why you would essentially do this type of ads. So if you go here, you would see that as soon as that lead comes in, we would send a text message to you and we would send a text message to them. We start sending them content with your branding. So we would start sending them videos about first-time home buying if they're a buyer. If they're a seller, we would send them videos about, hey, these are some tips to increase your home appeal. These are some tips to improve your staging and all other things. And the idea is to use content to spark conversations, is to use content to really get in there and talk with these guys, because it does take a while. Sometimes we follow up for at least 2 months before these guys start responding. And when they do, they're ready. They've already trusted you. They think you're a person that cares and is ready to go. So it's always the key thing. There is the classic thing that we should follow up, and it takes a while. It's not just that warm lead that just said yes to you. It's a cold lead and you have to warm it up. The next thing, and this will bring me back to my presentation here, is the learning phase. So here's the thing. No matter who runs your ad, no matter if you're running it or we are running it, there is a learning phase with any ad system. Okay, so first of all, you have to have the ad objective, and this is what we just do for you, and it's all set. Then the Facebook algorithm would start experimenting with the audience for you. So they would start showing your ads to different audience, and they would measure the engagement. Okay, then it starts building that audience for you, and every realtor's audience is very different because they will pick different ads. Sorry. They would pick different ads, and they would also pick different audiences, different cities, and so on. So Once that happens, it starts optimizing, and then it starts running, and then it goes into the active phase. It typically does take a while to get to the active phase. So that is something to consider and be mindful of when you're doing that. So with that, I'm going to open this up for more questions, and then we'll continue. So any questions, guys? Feel free to pop your mic up, ask questions, or just type it in the chat.
Hey, everybody, if you have any question, so today
Okay.
we're gonna send you emails, invitation emails, and also
Okay.
we're explaining how to start off your journey with roomvu. So if you have any specific question, please feel free to share. Kirsten is asking to showcase the local content.
Yes. All right. So we would start with that as well. Okay. So if there are no more, so feel free to ask questions along the way as well. I just from time to time I would stop because I feel like we've been like doing 40 minutes of non-stop presentation. So feel free to ask questions and kind of go from there. All right. So let's now get into again to your dashboard and going with actual contents and everything else that's available for you. So first of all, if you go under your dashboard and you click on videos to share, you would see a lot of videos about different markets. And these are like fresh stats. So these are like, for example, May stats about Calgary, about different markets there, and so on. And then you would see other type of content, like a strong demand in Calgary going up or down. And all of these contents are really there to increase brand awareness and increase engagement for you. So far, so good in there. Now, the next thing is, if you go under news and landing pages, there is a lot more content available for you. So if you click here, you would see a lot of content that you would have that's basically talking about different Canadian markets, different cities, different so on. And these contents are added daily, right? So, and there's like, for example, this content from Calgary Herald, you can basically take a look at it. We would do an Instagram story, we would do a Facebook post on it, and it would have links to your thing in there. Okay, all right, so moving on, the next topic is, so you would have all these contents that are available for you, and then you can come to content calendar, and you would see all the videos and contents that are scheduled for you. So from time to time, the CIR team will have these awesome contents that is also scheduled for you. You would see them under here. So right now, we're getting you started, and you would see all these posts. And this is the AI planning your posts. So you would not be getting you can come here and customize it, but we know you're busy. We know you don't have the time to come back here. We would schedule your posts here, and every 2 days you get an email from us, and you can see what we're posting on your behalf. That is the biggest thing that we do. So yes, you can customize it. Yes, you can remove and add and do all sorts of things in here, but we know you don't have the time to come back in here. So we would do that for you. Okay, so let's just do first things first. Like, what are the key things that you have to do today with your roomvu account? And these are the key elements. So the first thing that you have to do is you come here and you add your profile photo. You put in your you already have your brokerage here, but you can just customize it. You can have your like next line of brokerage, you can have your phone number, and you can start doing full customizations. But even this is enough. So if you're good with this, just leave it. If you want, you can do more customizations. I will show you what that works and how that works. Then the next thing that you have to do, and this is a must, is to add your LinkedIn here. So you will come here and you will click connect. So we show you what that looks like. So anywhere in the platform, you would see these connect modals. You can simply come here, click and connect, and you can connect your social media to our platform. And what this does is we would post your content for you. And we would post your content to these channels. So we're getting more questions. Does this have certain neighborhoods in the city and surrounding cities like these areas? So the answer is, depending on how many agents are requesting this, we can add more content for you. So if you're, and depending on the tier, I will cover pricing a little bit as well. I think now is time to just cover pricing a little bit, tell you what it is costing you, and kind of going from there. So to begin with, all the prices that you see here, you can get 15% discount on them. And this is courtesy of CIR. So CIR has actually worked really hard to bring this platform to all the agents. So regardless of what prices you see here, you would get 15% pricing discount on these. So next, let's see what comes with all these social media platforms. So on the pro tier, we would post to all your social medias for you. And this would be 5 to 7 times a week. Okay. And this is about $24 a month. And we would add, we would add the content, we will post it for you. You can download these videos, of course, but we would post them as Instagram stories, Instagram images. We would do all sorts of things for you. And it's all included in there. So that's that. On the premium plan, which is one layer up, you get more access to hyper local content. You can have like submarkets, cities, and other data, plus YouTube automation, plus email marketing. And I will cover email marketing in a sec. But the whole idea behind weekly newsletters and email marketing is that you would have a ton of content working for you to connect with your audience. All right. And this is the key thing, just working your leads, working your database to get you leads. And on the platinum tier, this is really depending on where you are with your marketing. We would actually sit down with you. So our designers would sit down with you to make sure you are getting your own essentially design on every piece of content that leaves the gate. An example of this would be this. So you would basically have these videos, and like it would be your skyline, it would be everything about your city customized to you and your area. And you can even do these with the videos. So you can have full facing videos and great things with your stories. They do usually increase engagement because it has like more of your branding and more of your branding elements to every piece of content that's out there. So you can also see like all the news that we will post for you. It will be more, yes, this one. So it will be more customized to you, and you can add different stickers to it. Like, do you think the market goes up or down? It's all really in there to increase engagement with your social media. And again, guys, the content that you will be getting and the engagement with this content is always in the form of direct messages. It is a form of essentially DMs, calls, things like that. So do not expect like immediate right away results. It is going to take time to get this going for you. So going back here, going back to your content and so on. So let's cover one more thing with the pricing. So courtesy of CIR, you would get one post a week that is coming from CIR. So regardless of your social media, you can connect one social media here, either a Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter, and we would post that content for you, all right? And this is just for the CIR agents. So no one else would have access to this free tier. And we will post that content for you. It would look great, and you would have that persistent social media following. But if you really want results, you have to kind of go on any of these plans, and it will be either $20 a month, or $60 a month, or $100 a month, and then you can kind of go and build your way around it. What I would suggest is the first thing that you want to do is really get in there, connect your first social media. That's the first thing that you have to do. Like, this is free. Get your first social media, so at least we can post one time a week for you. And this is all the great content that the CIR team has created for you. We need to post it out. We need to get you in front of people. We need to make sure you're posting consistently. This is our #1 priority today. Next, you can just pick and choose. If you want to upgrade, you can upgrade. You can do various things. And it's all can be done within the platform. But throughout the next couple of days, what we would do for you is that we would start sending you basically onboarding messages. You would start getting a few emails from us as to how to onboard yourself, how to add your profile picture to your profile, how to do all sorts of things in there. And then what we would also do is we would start even texting you to give you a Calendly link so you can get one-on-one support with our team, okay? The goal is to get you fully onboarded. The goal is to have you at least connect one social media. Remember, this is all free. You don't have to worry about these. It's all taken care of. All you have to do is just get in there and connect one social media. Then you can pick and choose. Then you can say, okay, well, I'm ready to upgrade my social media to the next tier. I can go on a pro tier. That's $20 a month, and you will get 15% discount with it. And then you can kind of go from there. But remember one thing, it's all very simple. It's going to take 5 minutes of your time. Get in there, add your profile picture, and you would be able to use the system to basically get you more brand awareness. And here's a couple of other things that I want to talk about. So, a lot of you are like, okay, there is this Calgary market update. Well, Kristen just posted that. Why would I post that? The answer is 99% of Kristen's followers are not the same as your followers. It's true, you both are following each other, but you are posting content and you are getting your audience engaged. The goal is to have them engaged, and the goal is to make sure they are remembering you as the market leader. They're remembering you as the market expert. And this is the key. This is the classic mistake that we make as realtors. We think just because someone else talked about this, we should not. We should. In fact, you should also talk about it. Interest rates are going up, talk about it. You think there is a market shift coming in, talk about it. Whatever it is, you need to talk about it, and don't be in denial. That's the next advice that I have. Like, I see a lot of realtors that are like, oh, the market is going to go up another 20% next year. No, it's not. It's normal. This is a market cycle. Just acknowledge it, talk about the facts, and let people trust you with their purchasing and selling decisions. And this is the next thing that I want to talk about. Like, it's just make sure you're sending a consistent message, and that message is realistic. It's about today's market. It's not about like what would you think will happen in 3 years. It's about what's happening today. So moving on and moving back to the promo codes and everything else, I think Yulia would start sending the promo code to everyone, and you can upgrade at your own pace, and you can do those things consistently. So the last thing I want to talk about is email marketing. Okay, so every week, what we would do for you is we would run your email campaign. Okay, so there's a couple of things about email campaigns. I've seen realtors doing this. I've seen realtors just posting their listings, open houses, and things like that with email marketing. The answer is you don't want to do those. Like, you just have to send useful content that would educate your audience. And all you have to do is add your contacts here, and we would send weekly newsletters on your behalf. All right. The whole system is fairly simple. All you have to do is just come here every week. We would send you a copy of what we are about to send to your contacts. And if you're getting leads from us, those leads would also get these emails from us. All right. The concept is fairly simple. You can just click on any of these and it would show the article here. It would say like this one is about Calgary home sales declining, but it's still a seller's market. It's a great content to educate your audience. And you can always click here, go continue to the full article. You can do all sort of things here. Oh, look, the content even has a CIR. This is CTV, but it already comes with a CIR thing in there. So this is how much we love CIR. Jokes aside, I think this is a great example of what a relevant content looks like, right? So this article was published June 1st, and it's talking about all the things that your buyers and sellers should be knowing. And I think this is the thing. What subscription does Kevin have? He's on the $20 a month plan. So he's only paying us $20 and he gets all sort of things in there. I will tell you this though, the email marketing is a premium feature. That's the $2 a day or $60 a month plan, the email marketing. And all you have to do is just add your emails here and we would run your campaign for you. You don't have to come back here. You don't have to do anything. And all we do is we make sure we post and do your content marketing. Again, guys, we do something that everyone hates, and that is coming up with content. So now we're empowering you with the content with the social media. We're empowering you with the same content on your email marketing, and we are empowering you with the same content on your ads. So it's not rocket science what we do, but the question that I always ask realtors is that, you know, you can do this yourself. The question is, do you have the time and resource to do it consistently? Can you do this every day? Can you do this 5 times a week? If the answer is no, we can take that load off from you and we can make sure that we are adding this value for you. So it's all in there, like all the content that we have, plus all the content that the amazing team at CIR creates, all of that will be posted on your social media. Your social media will be up to date. And I say this again and again, do not expect one video to be posted and you're going to get one lead from it. It's a process. It's going to take 3 to 6 months at least before you start seeing those DMs, before you start seeing those messages. But it's worth it. You do some work and you're going to get a ton of value from it. So next, I'm going to cover leads management here. So with leads management, what does this do? Okay, so you can have various landing pages, various things that we have, and you can basically run ads with us. All of these things would actually get you leads. So this is a lead that Kevin got, and this was the ad. The ad was wondering what your home is worth. So this is how the ad is shown. You can even see which ad got you to what lead. So this was the ad that we actually ran on Kevin's page for him. And you can see these are the leads that actually came in. And you can see we actually did follow-ups for you. And you can also see the whole thing in here, right? People are asking actual questions here, like, I just sold my investment property. So this is the buyer responding, or this is the seller responding. It's basically saying, I just sold my investment property. What are your thoughts? And the moment this happens, you as the realtor start getting a text from us and say, and Kevin would receive this text from us that says, hey, Jagged is asking a question. Just get in there, talk to him. He needs your attention now. But remember one thing, you see how many SMSs, how many emails we sent before he started responding? This is the key. It's the automated follow-ups. It's the process to follow up until they respond. And once they responded, all you have to do is just talk with them, and you can see those conversations getting started, right? So remember one thing, our job is to do the follow-ups until these guys are ready to talk to you. And some of them would say, I'm not interested. Some of them will never respond, but that's just the game. And that's just the way it is. But it's okay. You just do it until someone responds, until someone starts talking to you. And you want to start conversations. Does that make sense? So if you start with the plan, the $24 plan, I assume you can later, yes, you can. You can always upgrade. So if you have started with any of these basic tiers, you can always upgrade and transfer the credit to the next tier up, next tier up, and next tier up. So which program is text consistently sent out to encourage paid ads, and how many texts do they send out automatically? Okay, so if you run ads with us and you don't need to be a paying customer, you can basically run ads with us like on any plan, even on a free plan. Okay, so you can pick any of these. So this is like get a list of homes under a certain price range. If you're in Calgary, I would say probably, I don't know, 500K. You know your market better, so I'm not going to guess that price, but you would have this ad created for you, and it would say like get a list of homes under 500K, whatever that amount is. You can even customize these ads. Like this would be like more of an kind of like suburban neighborhood, and then you can simply click here, and you go next. You can basically just pick and choose how much you want to spend per day. And all you would do is you would run these ads, okay? We would start texting them and emailing them for a period of 1 week. And this is really important. On any plan, we start texting and emailing them for 1 week. As soon as you're on a premium plan or you are on a paid plan with the premium or platinum or any tier up with email marketing, we would also email them automatically every week with fresh content. Remember one thing, guys, you're not spamming people if you're sending them useful information. You're spamming me if you're sending me a listing that I cannot afford, but you're not spamming me if you're telling me stuff about the market that I need to know and I need to be in the loop about. So that's the key thing with follow-ups and with texts. So going with the next question. All right, I think Yuli is also responding to people. So any more questions, guys? Anything that we can help to start to get this started for you? Okay, what is the integration into CRMs look like? Okay, so if you go under your leads management, you can go under settings and you can hook with other CRMs. The CRMs that we support right now are Follow Up Bus, KV Core, and a lot of other platforms. The whole idea is that as soon as a lead comes in, you get a text message right away from us, and you will get an email from us. You can also integrate with these. Okay, so what is a diamond plan? That is a good question. I didn't want to overwhelm you guys with the diamond plan, but I will cover that. So the diamond plan is the premium plan, or sorry, the platinum plan, which integrates your branding. It would add your branding to every ad. It would add your branding to every email, every content that's out there, but also guarantees you 100 leads a year, okay? So the way this works is that every lead typically costs about $20 a year. Let's say about $20 to get. So we would run out of our own pockets. We would basically make sure you're at least spending $2,000 in leads. This is a new package. We might move it away, or we might take it away, but that's like for the time being, it's out there. And you can basically get 100 leads guaranteed. We would optimize your ads. We would run your ads, and also we would do the entire follow-up. We would do everything in under one plan for you in there. But yeah, I would say get started with any of these first, and then you can always upgrade to the diamond plan if it's needed. So more questions, guys. I think we are relatively good. So I don't want to bore you with like more details. There would be another follow-up session that I would do in the next month or so, and that one would be just focused on giving you more tips on social media, how to win more leads, and so on. Just remember one thing. So today or tomorrow, you will get emails from us that would contain your username, passwords, and everything else that you will need to log into roomvu. You can also just go on roomvu.com and just click on login and essentially log into the system. You don't have to have your password. You can just reset it. But the number one thing we want you to do for now is just connect your first social media. All right. So go ahead, connect your LinkedIn, connect your Facebook, and you should be good to go. We will start seeing a lot of content posted for you, and every 2 days you will get an email from us before the content goes out the gate. So don't worry, we're all here to help you, and our job is to make sure we are winning you more business on social media. All right, so with that, Kristen, do you want me to cover anything else, or we're relatively okay? I think we're good. All right, we're good to go. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining this call. Again, get in there, connect for social media, start selling homes, and do more with your time. So we can help you with your social media, and you can get back to doing the things that you like. Thank you so much for joining this call, and I will see you next month.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We're really excited for you to start journey with roomvu. Okay, bye.